For centuries, royal families across Europe and beyond engaged in a peculiar yet disturbing practice, marrying their sons and daughters to one another, all in the name of maintaining the purity of their bloodlines. But this seemingly bizarre tradition came at a terrible cost. It resulted in shattered minds, broken bodies, and a trail of immeasurable suffering. Join us as we uncover the shocking truth behind the dark legacy of inbreeding among royalty, and explore the stories of 10 women whose lives were tragically impacted by this sinister practice. Born in 1810, Isabella II was the daughter of Charles II, who reigned over Spain and its empire at the time. Marie-Louise, Archduchess of Austria, was born in 1791, and was the daughter of Emperor Francis II and Maria Theresa. Maria, the First of Portugal, also known as Maria the Mad, was born in 1734 and was the daughter of King John V. Despite being of royal lineage, Maria's upbringing was far from privileged. Her upbringing was marked by a significant event, the death of her mother, Sophie, shortly after giving birth. However, it's crucial to recognize that such practices are not confined to the annals of the past. Raised in an isolated religious sect, she endured sexual abuse at the hands of her stepfather, a man she refers to as Uncle F. When her mother discovered her injuries, instead of seeking medical help, she punished Kimberly. She ascended to the throne alongside her father, Ptolemy II, but their partnership was fraught with tension. Cleopatra's intelligence and ambition were evident from an early age. The stories of these women offer a glimpse into a world where bloodline purity was paramount. We've journeyed through time, exploring the lives of those who lived and died under the shadow of genetic burdens, shattered dreams, and stolen futures. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to show your support. Your engagement helps us bring more fascinating stories to life. So if you're recaptivated by tales that unravel the complexities of human history and the echoes of the past and our present, stay tuned for more captivating stories. At the age of 14, she married her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, a union that continued their dynasty's tradition of sibling marriages. This practice aimed to keep the kingdom's wealth and power within their immediate family. Following Ptolemy XIII's death, Cleopatra partnered with her brother Ptolemy XIV, and the two quarreled until he passed away in 47 BC during their reign. Cleopatra gave birth to twins, Caesarion and Cleopatra II. At this point, she married Caesarion, solidifying her lineage and cementing her claim to the throne. Cleopatra's story is a remarkable one, encompassing both political acumen and personal tragedy. Her life, which included relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, ultimately ended in exile in 30 BC after her alliance with Antony resulted in defeat against Octavian, who would later become the first Roman emperor, Augustus. Horrifyingly, this cycle of abuse continued when Kimberly's own daughter was born and subjected to horrific acts by her grandfather. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the current emir of Qatar, married his first cousin once removed, Sheikh Aj. While the marriage may seem unusual to some, it aligns with long-standing traditions in Qatari culture. However, this cultural practice raises questions about the potential health risks associated with close familial marriages, similar to the ancient Egyptians who believed in maintaining the purity of their bloodlines. Sheikh Tamim and Sheikh Ajawar's union reflects a desire to preserve the integrity of their lineage. But unlike their historical counterparts, the couple faces different societal norms and scientific understanding. In today's world, the risks associated with inbreeding are well documented, and while the Qatari royal family may have different cultural norms, the potential health implications of such unions remain a concern. Eventually escaping this toxic environment, Kimberly now advocates for victims of similar abuse. Her story highlights the urgent need to protect vulnerable individuals from the darkest aspects of human behavior. The Whitaker family, living in Los Angeles, California, offers a contemporary perspective on the issue. For 6 generations, this family has practiced endogamy, meaning they primarily marry within their own group. Founded by Thomas Whitaker, the family currently comprises 23 members living together. Although originally from Virginia, they relocated to California during World War II. The family's isolation and limited genetic pool have resulted in significant health challenges for its members, such as dwarfism, diabetes, vision, and hearing impairments, and an increased risk of heart disease. These issues serve as a cautionary tale, demonstrating that the consequences of inbreeding transcend time and place. Raised in the Dresden court, Maria Anna had several notable relatives, including her aunt, Anna of Saxony, who served as the first queen consort of Sweden. Despite her royal connections, Maria Anna's life took a turn when she was betrothed to her uncle, Johann George, Duke of Saxony. Born in 1930, she was initially third in line to the throne, but her rebellious nature and turbulent relationships often overshadowed her royal duties. Despite her father's preference for her to marry someone from a different royal house, she chose to wed Antony Armstozones, a commoner. This union produced 2 children before ultimately ending in divorce. Later, Margaret developed lung cancer, a condition she attributed to smoking. She received treatment in 1980 and again in 1982 when it spread to her right rib. Sadly, she passed away in February 2002 at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy marked by both charm and controversy. The engagement aimed to solidify the union between two branches of the Wettin dynasty. However, it came with a heavy genetic burden, setting the stage for a series of unfortunate events. After the wedding, Maria Anna gave birth to a stillborn girl. Tragically, her second pregnancy ended with the death of both the baby and her husband. These losses were a stark reminder of the perils of inbreeding and the toll it takes on generations to come. Her parents' indifference towards her welfare led to her developing a strong dislike for the courtly environment. By the age of 17, she had descended into alcoholism, a troubling sign of the challenges she faced. Forced into a strategic marriage with her cousin, Friedrich Wilhelm III, Duke of Brunswick, the union bore no fruit. The couple remained childless, likely due to the Duke's chronic ill health. After his death in 1815, Maria returned to her father's court, where she continued to struggle with alcohol abuse until her passing in 1824. Her mother, the Infanta Carlota Joaquina of Spain, was the daughter of King Philip V. This complex web of family ties is not uncommon among European royals, but for Maria, it would have far-reaching consequences. Her father's decision to marry her to her uncle, the Infante Pedro, further complicated the situation. What followed was a series of tragic events that led to the premature deaths of many children. Out of the 16 children born to Maria and Pedro, only 8 survived infancy. This grim reality was a stark reminder of the perils of inbreeding and the toll it takes on future generations. To add to the tragedy, Maria's own mental state began to deteriorate, leading to her eventual confinement due to insanity. As a member of the Habsburg-Lorraine dynasty, she was related to most of the European nobility, including her husband Ferdinand, who was her first cousin once removed. Their double first cousin parentage meant that Marie-Louise had only 4 unique great-grandparents. Today, she holds the record for the lowest genetic diversity ever recorded in an individual with European ancestry. This extreme genetic compression made Marie-Louise particularly susceptible to hereditary conditions. In fact, some historians believe that this inbreeding may have contributed to her respiratory issues throughout her life. Throughout her marriage, Marie-Louise bore 13 children, an impressive number even by royal standards. But not all these children were fortunate enough to survive. 8 of them died in infancy, leaving only 5 to reach adulthood. One of her surviving sons, Maximilian Joseph, became the Emperor of Mexico, while her other children held various noble titles. Despite her father's efforts to keep his illegitimate children away from the line of succession, Isabella found herself thrust into the role of heir to the throne due to the lack of legitimate offspring from her older brother. At the age of 19, she was married to her cousin, Francis, Duke of However, the marriage was more of a political alliance than a union of love. Just a year later, Isabella gave birth to her first child, Isabella, but the joy of motherhood was short-lived. The child died after only 2 months. Over the next decade, Isabella bore 11 more children, 5 of whom managed to survive infancy. Sadly, her husband, Francis, died in 1836, and soon after, Isabella found herself in the political turmoil of her time. She was eventually forced to abdicate the throne in favor of her son, Alfonso. Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button for more such amazing content. And let's start. Number 10, Isabella II of Spain. Number 9, Marie-Louise of Austria. Number 8, Marie the Fine of Portugal. Number 7, Maria Louise, Elizabeth d'Orléans. Born in 1791, Maria Louise, Elizabeth d'Orléans, was the daughter of Louis II and his wife, Marianne Victoria. Number 6, Maria Anna of Saxony. Born in 1607, Maria Anna was the daughter of Christian IX, Elector of Saxony. Number 5, the Whitaker family. Inbreeding is a dark chapter in history, often associated with European royalty. Number 4, Kimberly. In Australia, Kimberly's story sheds light on the harrowing realities of incest within a cult-like community. Number 3, Princess Margaret of Great Britain. Princess Margaret, Queen Elizabeth's younger sister, led a life filled with both privilege and turmoil. Number 2, Cleopatra II. Born in 59 BC, Cleopatra was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. Number 1, a modern-day Egyptian pharaoh. In a story that mirrors the ancient Egyptian pharaohs, a modern-day ruler is keeping their bloodline pure by marrying their sister. From the tragic tale of Cleopatra, to the living embodiment of generations of inbreeding, to the modern-day Qatari royal family continuing the ancient tradition of sibling marriages,